I hate traveling, and I especially hate traveling for work. About a year ago, I had to make a trip, only 3 hours from home. Nothing dramatic. The kind of place people call beautiful, rolling hills, clean air, the sort of town you see on postcards. So I thought, why not bring my wife? She hates it when I leave for work, and this felt like the perfect solution. She could hike, explore the town, shop, relax, and every afternoon and every night we'd be together. Simple, easy, romantic even. I had no idea what I was walking us into. We rented a house, small but charming, tucked away from the other homes, surrounded by trees on all sides. Quiet, secluded, kind of place that feels like a secret. That first night, my wife looked around and said she'd love to own a house like this someday. The house had one unusual feature. A large basement, much bigger than you'd expect for a place this size, filled with old storage, dark and quiet. I didn't think much of it then. I wish I had. The next morning, my alarm went off at 6. Again, I reached over to silence it and immediately felt something wrong. My wife wasn't beside me. I was out of bed before I even fully woke up. I found her in the kitchen, sitting on a bar stool, both hands around a cup of coffee, staring at her phone. She looked up when she heard me, and I could see it right away. She hadn't slept. I asked her what happened. She told me. She had woken up in the middle of the night. She rolled over, and there was someone standing in the corner of the bedroom. She couldn't be sure. It was too dark. She squinted, tried to focus, but she couldn't make it out clearly. So she told herself it was nothing. Shadows, imagination. She rolled back over. She almost fell asleep again. Then she heard a sound from that same corner. After that, she was done sleeping. She lay there until 5 a.m., every nerve in her body telling her she was not alone in that room. Then she got up, made coffee, and sat in the kitchen until I woke up. I felt terrible. Looking at her face, I could see the exhaustion, and underneath it, fears she was trying to hide. I got ready for work. Before I left, I asked if she'd be okay. She said she'd shower, get dressed, and spend the day in town. She didn't want to stay in that house alone any longer than she had to. As I kissed her goodbye, she'd already laid her clothes out on the bed, neatly folded, stacked, ready to wear after her shower. I left. When she got out of the shower, her clothes had been moved. They were no longer stacked. They were half-folded, spread out in a single row across the bed, like someone had gone through them, rearranged them, and wanted her to notice. She told herself it was nothing, her own imagination, that she'd been tired and anxious, and minds played tricks. But then she reached for her socks. They were gone. She knew she had put them out. She had looked right at them, and now they simply weren't there. She grabbed another pair, walked out of that house, and didn't look back. Called an Uber. Went straight into town. I noticed something was off the moment she started texting me. One-word replies, no warmth. That wasn't like her. He wrapped up my meeting early and met her for lunch. She looked pale. That's when she told me everything. The figure in the corner, the noise, the clothes, the socks. I believed her. I just didn't have an explanation. We spent the rest of the afternoon in town, ate good food, laughed. By evening, she seemed like herself again. Whatever tension had been gripping her all day had finally let go. We had dinner at the house. It was a nice night, and then she woke me up. She grabbed my arm in the dark and whispered that she'd heard something. I was about to ask what, and then I heard it too. Footsteps. Inside the house.